All right, what is up, guys? Back at it again with another video talking about the continuation of missing lower backs in the IFBB on the pro circuit on the Olympia stage we witnessed just a week and a half ago. Another guy, Hunter Labrada. Now, Hunter is not known for his back. Hunter needs a lot of work on his back. He's never had a great back. He's never had like a, man, that's a great back. Wow, that's going to be insane. But he actually had lower lats in the past. And if I freeze right here, him in the back double, there's no lower lats to be seen. In fact, his whole trap down is missing. The whole mid to lower back is just non-existent. Oh, well, he's always had that. It's not a problem. Well, Hunter turned pro back in 2018, and he kind of had something going on there. So this is the NPC Nationals when he actually turned pro in 2018. And we can actually see that he does have lower lats. And he does have a Christmas tree. And for whatever reason, it is a lot more apparent here than it is when he's on the Olympia stage in 2022. Now, we actually freeze frame of him pulling his elbows back. I actually want to just stop right there. So, I mean, like, there's barely anything you can look at here. I mean, maybe on the right lat here, you can see some lower definition, but there's nothing at all on the left. Compare that to this. You can clearly see, I mean, it is right there in your face that he has actually a makings of a great lower back. Very good lower back, actually. I mean, like, give this guy a couple years and he's going to have a world-class back. Well, a couple years later, and his back actually maybe regressed a little bit. And we can actually look at some stage photos of that specific event, being the NPC Nationals, and see what the back is looking like. I mean, that's clear as day Christmas tree. Pulling it back, you can clearly see even the striations on the bottom there. The potential Dorian Yates feathering, the potential Dorian Yates striations. I mean, that's the makings of a good back. I mean, like, if I saw this guy 4 years ago and I saw this back, I would say, you know what? Everything is there. The insertions are there. He just needs more time in the gym. He needs more time to potentially work on that back. That's going to come with deadlifts, heavy rows, heavy T-bar rows, single arm rows, some heavy pull-ups. That's going to be a great back in 4 or 5 years. It just has not translated 4 or 5 years later. Now, his upper back, when you consider the rear delts, rhomboids, the mid-trap area, that is bigger. But as he progresses and as he goes along in his career, it's almost like he's sacrificing lower back muscle for more upper back muscle. Obviously, that's not consciously. He's not specifically like avoiding that area. But how can you pull your elbows back 4 years later in comparison to this when you just turned pro? And when it comes to the back definition and the muscles being there, it's actually worse. I mean, there's nothing to be said here. There's nothing. He's pulling these elbows back and nothing is firing. Versus here, like, that is an apparent Christmas tree. That's, like I said, that's the makings of a great back. Even in the back double here, you can clearly see that those muscles are still showcasing. Versus in the actual video footage here, there's nothing going on when it comes to the 2022 Mr. Olympia. So, like I said, I have no idea what is going on here. Why is this happening? We have Big Romy, who has receding lats. Ian Valier receding lats. Justin Rodriguez receding lats. And apparently Hunter Labrada is on his beginning stages of receding lats as well. I don't even know what to say. I have no idea. I see all these guys training. Everyone trains really, really hard. Everyone's in the gym, killing it. They diet, they work out, they get massages, and they get their chiropractic work done. They get the cups and the, acupuncture. Like, they do everything I think you probably should be doing when it comes to being the best physique athlete you can be. But for whatever reason, certain muscles continue to disappear in all these guys. All of them. Damn near all of them. I mean, some guys have not either reached that point yet, or they have not atrophied to the point where I would say yeah, that's going to be a problem in about a year or two. He needs to fix that. Which, by the way, I'm not sure if there's any way to even fix this level of like muscle loss or atrophy. I mean, here's a guy 4 years ago with, like I said, the makings of a great back. If I saw this back, I would say honestly, he just needs to work on the lower lats. He has a great upper back. The lower lats are there. He just needs to make them bigger. 4 years later, and they're actually worse. Just another guy, another pro on the current pro circuit who seems to have had issues with whatever's going on with the missing of lats and missing of a lower back and missing of, that mid back area when they had it before. I think that's the crazy part, right? I'm not trying to pinpoint guys who just don't have a back. I'm not trying to single guys out who just don't have lower lats. All these guys had it before. Now, granted, we could say maybe it's, lack of conditioning, maybe it's holding too much water. You can look at other shows. The backs are not getting better on these individuals. They're not. It's not just the Olympia. I mean, this has been, for example, Big Romy. Big Romy had a Phil Heath back. It wasn't as maybe big when it comes to the lower portion, but his lower lats were very impressive. My God. Fast forward 5 years later, and his back has disappeared. As you go along, the backs just continue to get worse. It's crazy. It is absolutely wild. So another guy, guys, I'm not sure, like you said, if you guys have any way to speculate on this at all. I don't know. I don't know what I could possibly even reference to this being like a culprit, I would say. But it is something that is plaguing all these guys. And I actually do want to showcase the Big Romy back a little bit. I actually should have just had this tab up, but I didn't. But I did make a video a couple days ago specifically about Big Romy's lack of a back and what's happened. And I just don't know, like I said, why we're having this phenomenon of guys who are continuing to regress in the back department. Here's Big Romy at the 2022 Mr. Olympia. And I actually want to go all the way back to his New York Pro look, as you can see right there. Like I said, I mean, that's a Phil Heath back. That is the makings of an incredible, incredible back. What happened? Look at that. Look at that. I mean, the muscles are disappearing. So anyways, guys, down below, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think. Let me know if, this is something that you have an explanation for. I know there's a big thing on social media. I think it was it Tom Prince? It was some of the old school guys are talking about lower backs. And I'm not trying to at all piggyback off of them. I actually noticed this before I even saw this post. But there was a big post about lower backs disappearing. I think a lot of guys in Olympia do have good lower backs. So, I mean, you have to consider, we have Nick Walker, Brandon Curry, Derek Lunsford. We have Hadi Chupin. We have Rafael Brandao, Samson Dauda. Andrew Jack has the back muscles. He just needs to get leaner. Who else? Crizzo. There's a lot of guys that have very, very good detailed lower backs. Like the muscles here. Antoine has a good back. But obviously, a lot of those guys have issues with conditioning and holding water. It's not like they had backs before and their backs have just disappeared all of a sudden. These guys are building their backs. So you can see the progress of it building. But we have guys like Big Romy, like a Hunter Labrada, like an Ian Valier, like a Justin Rodriguez who had a back before. And we just don't know what happened. We have no idea. So quick video, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Like, share, comment down below. If you're not subscribed, make it a thing. Sub to the boy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.